I've changed the time in which we're doing this session to a Sunday evening because I've heard lots of teachers and people who work in school talk about the fact that they get the Sunday Scaries, where they have this fear, this worry that comes over them on a Sunday about that they lose part of their weekend worrying about going back to work the next day, or thinking about all the things that they need to do before they go back to work, or all the things that they need to do the next day. So I wanted to do this tapping session to be able to help you to enjoy your evening before returning to work, so that you can make the most of it, feel really calm, feel really relaxed. So the next tapping section we're going to do, we're going to be tapping on even though I've got a busy week ahead of me. So we know that we can have a busy week, but actually we can do things to be able to help us. And tapping is one of those things that we can do to help us when we've got a busy week. So before we start, think about, on a scale of 0 to 10, how busy is the week that you've got coming up? What things do you know that you've got coming up this week? Have you got some meetings coming up this week? Are you doing anything in particular with the children that you teach? Are you needing to lead an assembly this week? What is it that you've got coming up this week? And just be aware of how that feels in your body now, and rate it on the 0 to 10 scale. 10 being that you know it's your busiest week, you've got lots going on, and 0 being actually, do you know what, this week is fine, I can really cope well with it. So give yourself a rating now about how your week ahead is feeling. And then we're going to start tapping on the side of the hand again. Just repeat after me, either in your mind or out loud. Even though I know I've got a busy week ahead of me, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I know I've got a busy week ahead of me, I deeply love and accept myself. And one last time on the side of the hand, even though I know I've got a busy week ahead of me, I deeply love and accept myself. Tapping on the eyebrow point. I know that I have a busy week. Side of the eye. But I have choices about my week. Under the eye. I have choices about how I feel about my week. Under the nose. I can choose to be filled with worry and anxiety. Chin. Or I can choose to take one thing at a time. Collarbone. I can choose to think about my whole week. Under the arm. Or I can choose to take one bit at a time. Top of the head. Sometimes I need to think about the whole week so that I can be organised and prepped. Eyebrow. Sometimes it's good to have an overview of everything that I have coming up. Side of the eye. So that I can plan and make things easier for myself. Under the eye. Sometimes it helps to just think about small chunks of time. Under the nose, to make things feel more manageable. Chin. I know I've got a busy week. Chin. But I can choose to look after myself. Under the arm. I know I've got a busy week. Top of the head. But I choose to look after myself. Eyebrow point. I choose to do things which help me feel better. Side of the eye. I choose to do small things for myself. Under the eye. because I know that those small things make a difference. Under the nose. I can choose what I do for myself. Chin. I may choose to take a couple of moments after the end of the day to slow down. Collarbone. I may choose to go and speak to a colleague or friend about my day. Under the arm. I may choose to change my environment and go and get a drink somewhere else in the school before doing anything else. Top of the head. I may choose to leave early because that's going to be the best thing for me. Eyebrow. I have so many choices. Side of the eye. I have so many opportunities to look after myself. Under the eye. But I need to choose them. Under the nose. It's my choice. Chin. There are some things that I need to do. Collarbone. But I also have a choice about things that help me. Under the arm. I can make these small choices. Top of the head, so that I look after myself. Okay, gently stop tapping. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. And I'd like you now to go back to that 0 to 10 scale about how you're feeling about tomorrow, how you're feeling about this week. How does it feel for you now that you've had a chance to think about whether you want to see it as a whole week of things that you need to do, whether you want to see it as smaller chunks, whatever feels better for you to do? What things came up for you when you were thinking about what you could do for yourself? What small things came to mind that actually resonated with you that could make a difference for you? Actually, does it make a difference for you if you stop for a couple of minutes after your class have gone at the end of the day, or after the gates have shut at the end of the day and you have a couple of minutes just for yourself? Does it make a difference to find somebody to speak to share the good things about your day, or to share things which you found challenging? Does it make a difference to go and get a drink straight after work so that you've got a change of environment, so that you're out of your classroom? So whatever it is, you may, if you've got a piece of paper, you may want to jot down what any of those things are for you that make a difference, what came up for you, because sometimes it's not until we tap that we really recognise how we're feeling and what things we think, oh, actually that would make a difference to me and that might help me.